Recording. So you guys can push got it if you've got a, then you can see Jane better.
Excellent. Well, I will start. I do have a PowerPoint, but that really is to keep me on track of what I want to tell you. And there's some interesting visuals in here too. So let me just change that over. And can you see the presentation on the screen?
Yep, we can still see it.
Excellent. Okay, the other thing too you need to know is I have a laptop and I have a monitor right beside it. So sometimes I'm looking at the monitor. So just so you know that I'm still here. Peterborough, and our motto is action for aging well. I'm going to give you a little bit of an overview of Age-Friendly Peterborough. I have some brand new statistics, which are really interesting. If you're I'm a stat geek, and so Stats Canada just released their 2021 stats. So I have some things to share with you about that. I'm going to tell you about our community action plan, the one that we did in 2017, and then also we're developing a new one for 2023. And I'm going to highlight a few projects that you may be interested in. So first of all, when I say Peterborough and Age-Friendly Peterborough, it's really confusing that our city and our county are named the same thing. But no, when I'm saying Age-Friendly Peterborough or just Peterborough in general, I'm talking about the greater Peterborough area, which includes the county and the 8 townships and both Curve Lake and Hiawatha First Nations. The other thing that I wanted to clarify at the beginning is it's ages when we're young is really easy. We know what a baby, a toddler, a preschooler, school age, young adult, teenager. We know what, when we see those words, what we're the age that we're describing. But once somebody turns 50 plus, it's a little more complicated. And when you think of it, it's a whole nother 50 years. So just know that I often go between older adult, older persons, or senior, but I'm referring to those over the age of 50. It's amazing how many people get offended when you say the word senior. And my office used to be in a senior activity center, and my mother-in-law wouldn't go in even to drop something off because she didn't want her friends seeing her in a senior center. So I know there's people who just don't like that word, and that doesn't describe me. But just so you know, as I'm going through these presentations, that I'm referring to 50 plus. And I hope you don't take offense to the words that I use. So just starting off with some background, the Age-Friendly created an age-friendly plan, a community action plan. They did community consultation. I say they because I wasn't here at that time. So there was community consultation happening between 2015 and 17, and then came up with 4 goals, and there were 146 actions in the plan. And the vision is for Peterborough to be a thriving region that's inclusive, respectful, and accessible to people of all ages and abilities. Oh, the goals are that older adults' basic needs are met, they're able to stay mobile, have opportunities for building and maintaining relationships, as well as learning and contributing in the community. So this is the structure of Age-Friendly Peterborough. And what I just want to point out here is that we are an advisory committee of councils, meaning that we have a city councillor, a county councillor, a Curve Lake councillor, and a Hiawatha councillor on our committee. They each nominate a community representative. So there's the 4 councillors, the 4 community representatives, and the 4 working group chairs who are involved in AFPAC, which provides strategic direction to the rest of the working groups and the task forces. So we have over 100 network partners and individuals who have drive the community action plan and all of those projects and actions that we're going to talk about. The task forces are just ad hoc groups, so meaning that they get together when the project is happening, and then they may evolve into something else, or they may dissolve entirely, and we start working on a different project. So that's our structure. In our membership, so like I said, we have over 100 people. About 25% are over the age of 65. So we do incorporate the voices of older adults, and we put an age-friendly lens on projects and policies in the greater Peterborough area. So now we're getting into the demographics. This chart here shows, this was from 2016, and it shows the highest number of people in the greater Peterborough area were the age of 55 to 59. So now we're 5 years later, and this line here is moving up as over time. So you can see here in 2016, 22.8% of Peterborough population were over the age of 65. And of that, 3.3% were over the age of 85. So now in 2021, so 5 years later, 24.2% of our population, so 1/4 of our population, are over the age of 65. And 4% of those are over 85 now. And on the other side, so I wanted to point out here of where we're over the age of 100. So right now, or 2021, 45 people are over the age of 100 who live in the city, and 65 are over the age of 100 who live in the county. So that's really significant in our service delivery, even when we look at over the age of 85. And in the past, people have had to move from the county into the city because if they had health issues and to get service, but now we're providing more service in the county, and thank you to community care, especially for allowing that to happen. So I thought that you might find this interesting about where we are living. So the next slide, and I'm not going to read it slide by slide, but you can see even when I break it down to the townships and the First Nation, every one of those areas has increased in the number of those over the age of 65. The most significant increase is North Kawartha. So they've gone up about 6%. One other thing that we know about our increased the number of increased older adults coming to our community is people were cottage country. And people bought their cottages a long time ago thinking that they would retire here. Well, that's happening now. So as the baby boomers are getting older and they're selling their homes in the GTA and moving to the greater Peterborough area. One other thing is that they may be moving in with family who is already here. So we look at that line and that attrition that happens over time, though that line goes higher, but then we're also having brand new people moving into the greater Peterborough area as well. Oh, I'm just now talking about the programs and how we support others from Age-Friendly Peterborough. So really what we are is like an umbrella organization. So we bring people together, whether it's organizations or the community. And we had to adapt like everybody else through COVID. Oh, one thing that we did was an in-print guide. So at the onset of COVID, we made a list of services that were available and during COVID. it's still the information, it's posted on our website, it's still applicable, but there's even more services to be added now. But that was one of the things that we did early on to help support people find services. The second thing we did was a person-to-person approach where we encouraged neighbors to approach older neighbors in their neighborhood. We created a ready-to-care card, or so that the neighbor could write their name and phone number down and put it in their older person neighbor's mailbox to say, I can help you with grocery delivery, or to stay connected with your family. So that card is still posted on our website. And eventually I would like to have a neighbor day so that people get to know their neighbors, and so we can help support each other. A third way we increased our support is by telephone. And we started a program called Senior Center Without Walls, and it's activities by telephone. We knew that some of the organizations were doing activities by Zoom, but there are a lot of older adults who don't have a computer, who don't want to use a computer, or there's issues with the internet. So we wanted people to be able to connect to others, and the way they could do that was by telephone. So we have chair yoga, we have stress busters, we have Ask an Expert, which is some information, and there's just tea and chat, so people can just talk on the phone. And there's been small groups, and there's been up to 30 people on a call at a time. So Activity Haven is the lead organization for that, and we put out a monthly calendar. We do 2 months at a time. So there's a May and June out right now. And when I show you the website, I'll show you where to find that. Another way to get information by telephone is through 211. And if you dial just like you would do 911, and that brings you to emergency only calls, if you call 211, they are able to answer any question by telephone. An example of that, one lady called and said, my dog just died, and she was sobbing on the phone. So she didn't know what to do. So the 211 person was able to provide her a service or what to do in that situation. But they also, because you're talking to someone on the phone, they also recommended a pet grieving support group that was close to her. So I think there's some advantages, like if you know what you're looking for, and you can look it up on the computer, but there's times too that it's nice to be able to get that information by telephone. We started an email distribution group, and that we call it Friends of Age-Friendly Peterborough. And if you'd like to receive those, I don't say they're regular, they're not once a month, they're when we get information. So during COVID, things were changing so quickly that emails were going out more frequently. Now, not as much. But it's really good information for anyone over the age of 50. It talks about what services are available, who's having an event. So if you'd like to be on the distribution list, let us know. We have almost 600 people on that list right now. Then we also expanded on our online communication, and through the library, they've done some technology training videos, how to use your phone, how to download Hoopla, which has audio books and books you can read on your phone. And also how to use city services. So we've done some technology training videos, which are posted on the library website. Like I mentioned, lots of organizations that Age-Friendly Peterborough supports are doing activities by Zoom, community care included. We had our virtual events. We normally hold 2 events annually, our Senior Showcase and our Summit on Aging, and we weren't able to do that face-to-face this year, or even the last 2 years. So we did our showcase as a virtual event, and you can still have access to those workshops. And we also did the Summit on Aging, which was hosted by Community Care. This year, we're hoping to do some more face-to-face. We had to cancel our showcase in June, but we're hoping to do our summit in October, face-to-face. And lastly, is we expanded our website and we've updated that. So I'm going to share that with you in just a moment. So you can find the information if you go to directly to www.peterborough.ca. That's the City of Peterborough website /aging. You go right to our page. I'm going to show you the Peterborough Senior Service Directory. There's also links to lots of other resources, and this is where we are posting events. This is a brand new website. We're just expanding on it. So now let me share the website. It's quite exciting, actually. Can you see the website, the city website? Yes, great, thank you. Okay, so this is the city page. So if you don't go /aging, this is how you get to the page. So if you go hover over city services and you go to senior services down here at the bottom, click on it, and then it brings you up to our page. So this is our home page, and it provides information under our goals, which are the basic needs, staying mobile, building relationships, and learning and contributing. So I'll just show you that in a moment. There's a little more about us and our projects, and then about our advisory committee. So this is the one exciting thing I wanted to show you. This is the Peterborough Senior Service Directory. You click on that, and you're able to get all sorts of information, and in different ways. So one is you can search by keyword. So if you do meal delivery, type that in, it gives you, see here, it says there are 17 records that match your criteria. So these are all profiles. So if you scroll down, everyone here provides a meal delivery service. So we find Community Care here, and if you click on it, it opens up to their full profile, and it tells you what else they do, how do you get their service, and their contact information. So go back, you click the back arrow. I'm going back again. So that's one way, if you know specifically you're looking for meal delivery. If you want to look for needs like home support, what does that mean? So it gives you a list here of all the different things under home support. If you click on meals and groceries delivery, it again gives your search. It also tells you where it's located, but sometimes something's, the head office may be Peterborough, but they do service the greater Peterborough area. So there's 36, you scroll down, and there we go. There's Community Care, one that we saw before. A third way that you can get this information, so let's just back up out of there, is if you go in it's in alphabetical order. So if we know we're looking for Community Care, you can go on C, and it gives a list of all the organizations that are under C. Now we did, this is kind of funny, we did ask for it to be in alphabetical order, but now it's in alphabetical order reverse. So just going that way to Community Care, Peterborough, and that's a third way that you can get that same information. So that's called the Peterborough Senior Service Directory. Let's get back to, and you can, that's in quite a few places on our website, but most predominantly it's on the home page, just in that blue link right there. I mentioned about the COVID directory. It can be found here. I was talking about the action plan, which can be found here. And we also did an update impact report in 2020. So those are documents you can find on the website. So if we just click on basic needs, I won't go through each one, but I'll just show you what each landing page looks like. Oh, here, it's an accordion file. So if you're looking for food, then if you click on the plus sign, it opens it up to services under food. So for example, we have a food calendar where you can get either a food kitchen, or you can pick up food from different locations. Meals on Wheels, so the community care is listed there, and that brings you right to the community care Meals on Wheels website. So to close that, you just close the arrow and you can look for other information, what you're looking for. So of course, we're all looking for financial support. So it does bring you to, so old age security, it does bring you to the Service Canada website. So we do, it's a very link-based, and you can just close that to get back. So that's our new website. So I hope you want to explore a little more about that. But let's go back to, I stop sharing and I'll go back to my presentation. Okay. There we go. So that's our website. Are you seeing my screen? Sorry, I can't see you. If somebody could just say yes or no.
Yeah, we are seeing your screen.
You are seeing. Okay, great. Thank you. But it's not changing screen. Did that change for you to evaluation?
Nope.
No.
No, yeah, that's what I thought was happening. Okay. Let me just go back to this. Okay, did that go? I'm still not seeing the evaluation piece.
Nope, it's still not there.
Technology, wonderful, except for when it doesn't work.
True, very true.
Okay, let's go try this way. Screen. Oh. Let's try that one.
Yep.
Can you see now? Yes.
Yep. We can.
So great. So now I just have a few slides left of some projects that we're working on now. One is evaluation project. So as I showed you the community action plan, we're going through those actions and seeing what was done. And we're also looking at the future. So we're doing a new one for 2023. So one thing I'd love for your assistance, if you would like to fill out a survey. We have paper copies at all of the community care offices, or I can arrange to have the link sent to you. So you can just click on the link and answer those questions. But that helps us and the organizations that are in our network in planning what we can do to support people as in healthy aging. So I'd love to just open it up right now, just to a quick discussion. So how do you think that Peterborough can be more age friendly? So what do you think needs to change in order to support your health? And I'm writing this down because that's important. Anybody have any ideas?
Hello.
Hi.
It would be nice to have a service where one could take a policy, doesn't matter what it's about, and just have another senior review it with them, such as car insurance, life insurance, health insurance. It would be a big help for some of us.
That is a fabulous.
It's not that I didn't try this on my own a couple of years ago, but I hit blank doors.
Oh, you
period.
mean you tried to organize it?
I tried asking people at City Hall if there was any service of this nature, and no, there wasn't.
Okay, that I think is a great idea. And just on that, we're looking, I'm coming from Mississauga, and I ran a program there called Senior Connectors. And so it would be people, we train older adults to mentor their peers. So we would have community connectors in libraries, in at the bank on the day that the senior checks come in, at pharmacies, so that there was a table that said, "Ask me." And so you could go, or another place that we did it is places of worship. So those are the places that older adults went, where they would know, like the day their check came in, if I go to my bank, this person is going to be here. Or after my service, I know that someone's going to be here who can help answer any of those questions. So I think that's a great idea to add on to the list of connectors. It's something that I'd like to do soon in Peterborough. So thank you for that. Any other thoughts? I don't want to put people on the spot, but does anything come to mind we were having difficulty with? Oh, we have somebody at Lakefield. Oh, it's muted. Let me. Sorry, I know you, I can see you talking, but you're still muted. Jody, are you able to unmute?
No, I've asked them to unmute. They just have to.
Oh, there we go.
There she comes.
On the computer screen, there's a bar. No, we still can't hear you. Hey, maybe what we'll do is, I think you had somebody in the office with you. And we'll continue with the presentation, and we will get back to your question, your comment.
I'll call to Lori at Lakefield and see whether she can help us out.
Okay, great. Thank you. Okay. If you have any suggestions, we'd love to hear from you. And we're in direct contact with community care all the time, so you can give your ideas, and they can forward them to me. Be Prepared project. This has been so well received. Oh, there we go. Hi there.
Hi. Lori is my savior here.
Wonderful. So what was your suggestion on helping healthy aging?
Well, transportation in the county. I know that community care provides drivers and that, but when you have an elder living on their own and family is away and some of the neighbors are not available, or they don't feel secure driving an elder, what are some of the choices, when an elder needs a particular item? I know personally, I'm a little reluctant because I know the dangers if somebody slipped or whatever, getting in and out of your car. Weekends, especially if there's not community care drivers, or if a person needs something without having time to book a driver and so on. Eh? So.
Right. That definitely is transportation. And I was just attended a conference, an international conference this week on some people providing some innovative solutions to exactly what you said. And whether it's things like delivery, we do encourage people to get out of their homes, and we don't want them to feel like they're isolated. So if they want to go out into the community, we want to have those options. But then if you're not able to, we want to the person to feel supported while in their home as well. So I think that your suggestion there is a twofold. So that is something that we will be adding on our community action plans. So thank you for that. Okay, so let's, I'll tell you a little bit about the Be Prepared project. So you go to a workshop, and Community Care is hosting lots of the workshops in the different areas. You go to the workshop, you get this zipped binder, and it has a workbook in it. And it's things that you can write out. It gives you prompting questions to think about. If there's an emergency, what can I do? What should I think about before the emergency happens? We had a fire in a building in Peterborough, where most of the people who lived in there were older adults, and they were asked about their insurance and who can I call, and they had nothing with them. So we were encouraging people to put the binder in a place that would be safe. Grab the binder in case you have to leave quickly, but it's also a place where you can keep your information so you can refer to it. And if somebody else needed to refer to that information, it has everything that they need. So that's the concept of the Be Prepared workshop workbook. And we've now led workshops to over 200 people, and we've just had 300 more copies of the workbook printed. So this is being very, very well received. We're also doing our Summit on Aging, which is on October 27th. There will be a full day about Be Prepared, and bringing in experts on each one of those chapters to talk about a little more about the information than what's in the binder. We have a volunteer hub, and it's actually Community Care and Darcy Maud who provides the leadership to the hub. So it's one central phone number. If you want to volunteer, you're not sure what's available, Darcy will talk to you about your skills and your interests and match you with the volunteer opportunity in the community. And we're doing a virtual volunteer fair. So every organization will do a little video, and you'll be able to see that in June. It'll be posted on our website. Ride With Me program. And this is to help people to use transit for the first time. So we are recruiting senior mentors who will help support other seniors to use transit. So we do the training with the Ride With Me mentors, and then they help someone to plan their route. And there's a lot of new transit services now. There's Google Maps, there's also TransCab. So you don't have to use the big bus. There's smaller vehicles, and it's not necessarily on the route. They'll come to your house. There's a lot of new transit services that we'd like to share with people in the community. And the one way we're doing that is through our Ride With Me program. You can also, some people are reluctant to use the transit if they've never used it before. They don't know what to do. They stand at the bus stop. So this will take the people through the bus when it's not moving, show how to use all the accessible features on the bus. So if you're interested in that, we are recruiting mentors right now. If you're interested to participate, you can let me know, and we can pair you with a mentor as well. And June is Seniors Month. So we have a lot of things. We have a whole calendar that's coming out. So it's something that you can watch for. There's going to be free transit for a week. There's going to be free activities at the Y and the Wellness Center. We have a radio show. there's lots of things as part of Juniors Seniors Month. What's my role in all of this? I'm a project manager. We have, I think, about 12 projects that are going on right now, led by community members. So I'm that person who connects all the projects together, and I connect the community to services and also between service providers. I'm the knowledge broker, so if there's any questions about healthy aging, I can be approached and provide an age-friendly perspective on a variety of different projects and things. And I'm also an advocate for, I myself, I'm an older adult, and I want to support in the best way that I can. So we write letters to other levels of government. We support even within the municipality and the county. And together we can. I'm one staff person, so we really depend on the community to help so that the greater Peterborough area can be more age friendly. And that's my contact information.
Very good, Jen.